Hi. Thanks for coming back to TWN Talk with Novia. Happy Monday, guys. I hope everybody's doing okay out there. I hope you're healthy, and I hope your families are healthy. I am going to be talking about some topics that really matter to me today. I really care about these things, and every little thing that I actually bring to my channel, I really care about. I want to give you some points that I turned into things to help you get through your day and get through life as well. These are just words that we can think about, and we can even look into how to find more things that we can do out of looking at these words. So let's think of these words to get through our day. Dance, laughter, being brave, prayer, keeping courage, keeping calm, which is very important, having and holding patience, enjoying things in life, keeping your faith, achieving things, dreaming and reaching your dreams. We have to go for it, guys. Keep your passion, inspire others. This too shall pass. Remember that. This too shall pass. We will get through it, okay? Inspire others. I already said that, so don't forget to inspire. Create things, smile more, survive, live your life. You matter. If you don't think you matter, you matter. I'm telling you, you matter. Love, embrace, and empower things. Lift people up and lift yourself. Keep hope and live in your positive. Those things will not hurt you, I'm telling you. And here's something we can also do. Avoid aggressive, disconnected, and abusive people. If they have aggressiveness, if they seem to keep showing signs of abuse or harm, listen, you don't have to hate that person, but you need to find which way you're going to go. Because if you want to go in that direction, that's the direction you're going to live in, okay? So let's stay safe in these times. Thank you, guys. Before I move on to my topic, all I'm going to ask is that you hit subscribe, click that bell so that you don't miss my next message. I want everyone to get something out of my videos, okay? So, yes, it's a happy Monday, as we said. I'm going to be talking about homelessness today and how we can be aware and be of help to someone who is homeless. I'm going to have my points and I'm going to have my definitions and my examples, but it is all to do exactly what I live for, which is to become better than what I was yesterday, because I want to see you do the same thing, okay? That is why TWN exists. Now, come have a talk with me, guys. Come here. A little closer. Okay. Can I just ask you guys something? Don't just dream. You can dream, but do it, okay? What you put in is what will come out, okay? If you work extremely hard, your blessings will fall on you extremely hard. Don't you want your blessings to rain down? I know I do. Caring, being selfish, and being responsible. Cram that in your head. Cram it in your heart. Force that to be a reality, okay? Homelessness is an economic issue, because this is what we're going to be talking about. What is homelessness? It's an economic issue, guys. It is when an individual or family lacks a fixed, regular, adequate nighttime place to lay their head, okay? A place to live. Living in an inhabited space or unfit space, emergency shelters, or transitional housing. These are all possibilities of homelessness. And homelessness is an economic issue of public resources, which does generate more expenses rather than an income for communities. You know what I'm saying? So things are costing more than, for us. It's making things a little bit tougher, which is truth. Some of the main causes of homelessness can be addiction, mental illness, domestic violence, or just disabilities, okay? Addiction is the fact or condition of someone being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. Stealing to even get your next drug. You might be so addicted that you would steal from somebody that you love, okay? Mental illness is when someone has a mental disorder or a condition that can affect a wide range of things like mood swings, thinking levels, behavior, feeling, the list goes on. These things are very important for us to pay attention to. Domestic violence. It's like it's a pattern a serious pattern of behavior in any relationship used to gain or maintain control over somebody. This is why sometimes people abuse. Disabilities are pretty much examples of disabilities is a person who has pretty much physical or mental impairments that substantially limit one or more major life activity for them. They can't do things that a normal person without disabilities can do just based on their disabilities, which is unfortunate. So these are all possible reasons why a lot of people can be homeless. There are different types of homelessness, guys. For example, there's chronic homelessness, there's episodic, there's transitional, and there's hidden. Do you want to know what those are? Chronic homelessness is when people have experienced homelessness for a year or repeatedly while struggling with disabilities, conditions such as serious mental illness, substance use disorders, and physical abilities, okay? Now, episodic homelessness is individuals who often have disability conditions, who are currently homeless and have experienced 3 or more episodes of being homeless, which is traumatic, okay? They have experienced so many episodes of homelessness that they are unfit for living conditions in general, okay? This is so sad. Transitional homelessness is temporary housing for certain segments of homeless populations, including working homeless people who earn too little money. They don't make enough money even though they're working, okay? So this is to afford long-term housing, and it's to transition these people into permanent housing, living situations. I myself have gone through one of those programs, and it was one of the best things I've ever done, okay? Transitional housing is very helpful. Did you want to know a fact? Did you know that people who experience homelessness have a life expectancy of around 50 years of age? Almost 20 years younger than housed populations. Isn't it just sad to know that if you didn't have a place to stay for yourself, it could take years of your life away? Going through homelessness can take life away from you, okay? This is why we should be there for people that we know and love. We should also be there for people we don't even know, because this world needs to get on top of working together and fast, okay? That is just my opinion. This is just Talk with Novia, and we're just hearing out some of the positive things that I think, okay? How can we help ourselves if we are homeless? We can seek shelter, we can call a hotline, we can go to a community designated organization for homeless services. 211, if you're from Massachusetts and you call 211, that can give you so many Did you guys know that people who experience homelessness have a life expectancy of 50 years of age? Yeah. Almost 20 years younger than housed populations. That is sad. And something needs to be done. Let's get on to hidden homelessness. Hidden homelessness is pretty much draws attention to people who experience forms of housing exclusion that remain largely invisible in the research of public policy and homeless services, notably the insecure and inadequately housed, but also forms of homelessness, okay? People in such situations, they are sometimes referred to as hidden homeless people. How can we help ourselves if we're homeless? We can start by seeking shelter. We can call 211, which is a line that will give you so much information. I've actually helped myself, and I've helped my son with the number 211 by getting him into a good school and everything like that. Health is at risk when you're homeless. Homeless individuals are at higher risk, reported from the CDC. It was stated that they are more likely to be infected, okay, with chronic illnesses, poor mental health, potential substance abuse. This is just not good. More possibilities of not surviving your life, okay? Leading causes of death in homeless individuals is actually coronary heart disease, drug alcohol overdose, and transportation-related injuries. Coronary heart disease is actually what kills men more than women, and drugs and alcohol is what kills women more than men. This is why we need to do more. We need to create more services for people and programs to help get people out of their dire situations and get them where they need to be. That's why programs were invented. is it starts with ourselves so that we can do the fixing. If there's something you have to do in life, it starts with looking into yourself, like with a flashlight. Like, oh, okay, oh, let me fix that. Oh, let me fix that. For real. It really starts with yourself, and then you can go out and do the fixing in other areas. Mental health awareness is very important during being homeless, okay? Your mental health is affected during homelessness, and we should look into why we are experiencing any of these things, okay? The more you know, the more power you give yourself, the more you'll be less triggered, and you can pretty much move away from certain disorders. You know what I mean? Health possibilities. This is what we're looking at. We want to be healthiest. How can it affect your brain if you're homeless? It creates toxic stress. It creates alters in your brain and bad responses, and you end up processing this stress in a whole new way that you can't even understand. Toxic stress can really damage executive functions in your body. It can damage memory. It can really mess up the way you learn and how you process social information, which is not good. That is damage to your brain. That is mental health. And this is me giving you the awareness, okay? Protecting our families and children is very important. Man, when I tell you, I love to protect my family and I love protecting kids, okay? Most importantly, the children, because homelessness can affect children as well. So if there's a family going through homelessness, your children's probably being affected as well, and you might need to know these things, okay? 48 to 82% of the youth that is facing homelessness are or have been diagnosed with mental illnesses, including mood swings, anxiety, substance use. This is terrible. Drug use in our children, post-traumatic stress disorders, you name it. What can we do about this? A way to help with all of the things that I was just speaking on, things to help you release all of your stress or start to release it, okay? Stretching, meditating, deep breaths, reading, connecting to opportunities, connecting to resources, practicing positive thinking. Practice whatever you have to practice, and don't you be sorry. Do not be sorry when you have to become better, okay? Because this is a blessing. Understand that this is a blessing. Therapy if needed, self-time, self-love, and unwinding. Try something you never did before. I did that a few years ago, and all of a sudden, I started doing security for 3 years in the psych unit. I went from serving and wanting to look pretty at every shift to wanting to just do what's right, okay? You really can change if you want to in life, okay? All I'm going to say to, close all of this up is if you're experiencing this, or if you're there for somebody experiencing this, I just want you to take a minute, right? I know this is a hard time. And no, this doesn't define you, okay? This can't define you. Your strength to be in a better place is so inspiring to me, okay? I want to see every person rise into the position that belongs to them, and that is the only reason I'm here, okay? 2022 is feeling beautiful. Yes, we're going through chaos still, but let's be beautiful while going through these chaoses, okay? Let's just bring something different to the world while the chaos is occurring. Don't add to the problem. Take away it. Subtract the problem, okay? Create something new for you. Create something new for someone else. And just be blessed and highly favored, guys, okay? Stay blessed. I want to touch up in an area that I find important, okay? Now, we talked about homelessness. We talked a little about mental health and strength and how to guide yourself. Awareness, right? Now, I want to bring a little bit more into this conversation. If you know anybody who may be suicidal or becoming suicidal, there is something called a National Suicidal Hotline, okay? Now, I live in Massachusetts, so I'm giving Massachusetts information. If you need other information, there are resources like WikiHow, Google, on the internet where you can go and find all of these necessary informations that you may need, okay? But for anybody living in Massachusetts, NSH, National Suicide Hotline, there are people that love you and care about you even when you feel like there's nothing left. Even when you feel differently, because feelings are feelings, they come and go. 1-800-273-8255. If you need somebody, they're there. You They can guide you, listen to you, hear all of your concerns, listen to whatever you have to say. You may not even know why or what you have to say. They care, and so do I. You hear me? They care, and so do I. Okay? How to be there for a friend or family member dealing with suicidal thoughts, okay? Because being there matters, and being there now matters, not later. Sometimes you can be too late with these type of things. Things you can say to somebody experiencing this. Listen without judgment. Suggest simple, easy things for them to do. Value them in the moment, okay? Value them. Reassure them that you are there for them. And most importantly, be there. Be there for them. Okay? Things to look for, like signs to figure out if somebody may be experiencing this, someone you love. You want to know what to look for in somebody who may be showing signs? You can look for things like change in the characteristics, change in personality, talking about feeling hopeless. Maybe this person never talks like that. Being socially isolated for the first time, okay? Recently losing someone. They may have lost a job, a friend, a boyfriend, girlfriend, a husband, or wife. Having made suicidal attempts previous or prior. Loving somebody that they may have lost. They probably committed suicide. If someone commits suicide, that is like one of the number one ways to trigger someone else's. Behaving problematically, driving recklessly, acting recklessly, or taking drugs. Suddenly unexpected improvements in their mood. And then all of a sudden they seem at peace after being so chaotically, active and aggressive. And then they just show peace out of nowhere. That is something to really wonder. That's something to wonder about. Communicating is important. Letting them know that you're concerned and you care. You want to know if they're okay. Talking to them and actually providing an opportunity for the person to speak to you and let you know what's hurting them or bugging them. Remembering that talking couldn't really make them become more suicidal, but talking might actually help you figure out what's going on inside of them. Remember to listen. Listen without judgment. This is important. Do not dive into problem solving. Do not dive into problem solving. Never say something like, you should not be having these thoughts. Don't do that. Try to understand what led them to have these thoughts or led them to feel this way. This shows them that you're really listening and that you're really understanding them. And while they're in the middle of this sea of emotions, you're not saying the wrong things. You know what I mean? Take careful action. Them resources, options, things that can really help them, things that they actually look forward to, and make sure they're real existing things that can help them. Never ever agree to keep it a secret that they're suicidal. Never agree to a suicidal friend or person that you're going to hide the fact that they want to hurt themselves. Please don't ever do that. Don't just assume that they'll get better without help or that they'll go and seek help. Support them because they need encouragement. If they are threatening to harm themselves, maybe you can make plans to spend time with them, check in on them regularly, see if they are able to carry it out in a way of obviously just being up their butt if you have to. Work with them to help dismantle their plans, have patience, help them brainstorm new reasons to stay alive. Offer activity services and things that they can connect with to live a happier, fulfilled life. They need options, they need resources, they may need counseling, they may need therapy. Whatever it is, they need loving people surrounding them. People who are listeners, people who are ready to take a step to make sure that they reach where they need to reach. And for that person who might be there for somebody experiencing this, homelessness, suicidalness, any of these mental health issues that we talked about, I want you to know that you have to be there for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Be aware that this is very emotionally damaging and demanding, and it can drain you while you're helping somebody. So remember to be healthy while supporting others, and remember to take initiative to be aware of what is a possibility when you're even taking a step to be there for somebody. You want to know what's possible. Definitely meant to do this. This feels so good. It feels good like how I feel when I'm sitting with my son, and like how much he makes me smile and how much love just grows in my heart with my child. Like, this channel feels very beautiful, and I just want to leave you with some healing messages to help along some of my tips that I'm leaving here on my channel. Okay, I want you to know that God will never forget the needy. The hope of the afflicted will never perish. Okay, don't you forget that. That's Psalms 9:18. Don't you ever forget that. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay them for their deed. Okay, Proverbs 19:17. You know what? No matter what, don't give in to your negative thoughts, but kick them shits. Forgive my language, but I had to say it for that reason. Set goals. How can I? Not how can't I. You focus on how can you. How can I? Forget how can't I. Can't don't exist over here. Get rid of it. Okay? What can you do to think for yourself? Those are the things you need to be thinking of. Condition yourself in a bright way. Get rid of the bad conditioning. You're in charge of you. God bless you guys. And don't forget to be kind to others, and don't forget to think of others. When you're in the best place, that's a perfect time to think about somebody else. Thank you for coming to TWN, guys. It's a happy Monday for me. Stay healthy, blessed, and risen. And come talk with me again, guys. Bless.